installing this freestanding cabinet, it's pretty easy to level. It just has 4 points that are contacting the floor and the feet, and each of them have an adjustable foot on it. So I was able to pick a point and level to it. So I've got it front to back, side to side, level. What I do have though is I have it away from the wall about a 1/2 inch or so on the top. The 1/2 inch is fairly consistent most of the way down, and then about the last probably 6, 8 inches, it touches the wall. So that tells me that it's not so much that the wall is out of plumb that much, but that it flares out on the bottom. So it could be, for some reason, the drywall could flare out there, possibly maybe the bottom plate wasn't quite flush. This is old framing, not new framing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a mark right here and pull the cabinet away and then see if I can tap the drywall in there. If it'll move, put some screws in it, because there's base molding going down there to cover what I do. If not, I may go ahead and cut out a little bit of that and have the actual leg of the cabinet slip back in. It worked out perfect. So I went in, made that mark. I came up about a foot almost. Probably didn't need to go quite as high, but it doesn't matter, it's hidden. And then I went the width of the cabinet leg because it's open on the back there. So I did the width of the leg there all the way up, took that drywall out, and then there's a crossbar. So I took a few inches, probably about 6, 8 inches horizontal, so the cabinet could slide all the way in, because it's perfectly level both directions and also cross level. So I've got the cabinet exactly how I want it, and now the top of the cabinet is tight to the wall. I mean, if you look down here, there's going to be, the leg will narrow at the bottom because it's into the wall 1/2 inch, but it's going to be one of those visual things you'll never see. And then I will, once I'm all done, I will caulk that line. I mean, it's good and tight, but I'll still caulk it. The other side is tight, plumb, so the wall there, it's not really that the wall is out of plumb. It's one of those things where there was a plumbing plate and a couple other things going on, and maybe the wall's a little bit out of plumb, but it caused kind of the wall to kind of flare at the bottom. So now, even though I know it's there and I'm looking, I can't see that. It's the critical thing for the finish guy is that our job isn't to make things plumb, level, and square. Our job is to make them look plumb, level, and square. Because what we do is what everybody sees forever until it's torn down and rebuilt again. There was another modification I made. We had the plumbing in, it was a little bit lower. It was perfectly centered where we wanted it. We had it so this cabinet was 6 inches off the wall, had the light set up, this is where it needed to go, and we had the plumbing perfectly centered. But what I did not pay attention to was the height, because this is different than a standard cabinet, and it has a shelf in it with a cutout for plumbing so you can use underneath and not giving up this whole space just to plumbing. And then there's a cutout in the shelf, and we wanted everything, to line up. We got it right, left centered, but the waist was too low and the water was below the waist, so it was way too low. I cut out the drywall nice and square, and I had the plumber come out and raise everything up to exactly where I wanted it. Now it's set up perfect. The P-trap will work. Everything works perfect in this. I could patch the drywall, but what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take some 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch actually plywood. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than this hole so it'll mount on through the drywall and into the stud with a couple of screws. And I'll drill holes for the hot and cold supply and the drain so it'll fit over and look really nice. They'll put these escutcheons on and everything will look nice and clean. The beauty of that is in the future, if there ever is a plumbing leak or some issue in the wall there, pulling a few screws, we can pull that panel off and actually see in the wall. So it's actually not a bad, I know we don't do it in new construction, we just bring it out and drywall around, but you know, not a bad option to have access. I did this in the other bath, the main bath, on this, the back of the cab, the supply comes in on the side, which you've seen in that install, but in the back, it's an exterior wall and it's concrete block, and there is a new hose bib going out, and it's plumbed right behind the cabinet, and I didn't want to bury that in case there was ever a problem. So in the back of the cabinet, in the main, I actually created a panel that could be pulled out. If anything ever happens with the hose bib, it can be fixed without tearing out the cabinet or cutting out the back. Oh, that's beautiful. You've got this look, matches this, or you've got this texture with the Schluter, which kind of ties in to that. This looks custom because it ties in with that. We made that and that. This looks like something that came from Costco.